My name is Miss Alicia, and I am a math tutor from Brooklyn, New York. I've been tutoring kids your age for about 15 years. And one of the math skills that you need to get ready for fourth grade is multiplication. Multiplication is a big skill that you need to learn, and knowing this skill will help you a lot as you continue on with math. All right, so are you guys ready to learn some multiplication and how to get ready for it? I am. All right, so on here, it's a basic multiplication chart. By the end of fourth grade, you should do your best to learn your 1 times tables all the way through your 12 times tables. Now, there's some easy ones that should be quick for you to learn. So that is your zeros, your ones, your twos, your fives, and your tens. So your zeros, anything times 0 gives you 0. So 0 times 0, 0. 0 times 1, 0. 0 times 100, 0. And then anything times 1 gives you the number. So 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 2, 2. 1 times 100, 100. So those are quick and easy to learn, your zeros and your ones. Now, your twos are also easy to learn because you will learn this quick skill called skip counting. Skip counting is when you take this number up here and you're adding it to the next number to give you the next times table. So we have here 2 times 1. 2 times 1 gives us 2. So then we go to the next one. 2 times 2, you add 2, that gives you 4. 2 times 3, you add 2, that gives you 6. 2 times 4, you add 2 to the 6, that gives you 8. So you're skip counting by 2s to go through your 2 times tables. You can use skip counting for all your times tables, except you're just increasing a number. So if you're going to your 3 times tables, you're going to skip count, by 3s. If we jump all the way to our 9 times tables, you're going to skip count by 9. So skip counting is a skill you can use to help you with your 9 times tables, or any times tables to be exact. However, let's do some easier ones to learn as well. So I already said our zeros, our ones, our twos. Another one that's easy to learn are your fives, because you have how many fingers on each hand? You have 5 fingers on each hand. So you should be able to skip count or use your hands to learn your 5 times tables. So 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 2, 1, 2, 10. 5 times 3, 1, 2, 3, 15. 5 times 4, 1, 2, 10. 3, 4, 20. 5 times 5, 1, 2, 10. 3, 4, 20. 5, 25. So you can use your hands to help you skip count and learn your 5 times tables. So the transition is then, if we have 1 hand of 5, 2 hands gives us 10. So you should be able to learn your 10 times tables. So 10 times 1, 10. 10 times 2, 1, 2, 20. 10 times 3, 1, 2, 3, 30. 10 times 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 40. So your 10 times tables are just you adding on 10 to the previous group of 10. Some other things to help you remember your 5s and your 10s. Notice that in your 5 times tables, all you see are 5s and zeros, 5s, 0. And in your 10 times tables, all you see are zeros. So you're just pretty much adding 1 in front of each of the zeros as you're going down your 10 times tables. And then with your 5s, you're just going back and forth, going 5, 0, 5, 0. different ways to help you learn these easier times tables. Now, coming to the other numbers, so we just went over how to do our 2s, our 1s, our 5s, and our 10s. So again, to learn your other times tables, you can skip count. So 3 times 1 gives us 3. 3 times 2 is plus 3. That gives us 6. 3 times 3, that's plus 3. That gives us 9, and skip counting. But another tool you can use is finding the twin of each half of the multiplication chart. So these numbers down the middle are when the number in this column and the number in this row are multiplied by each other. So these are called square numbers, when the same number are multiplying with itself. So 1 times 1 gives us 1. 2 times 2 gives us 4. 3 times 3 gives us 9, and you go all the way down until you get 12 times 12, which gives us 144. Now, the square numbers split your times table chart or your multiplication chart perfectly in half, okay? So each number on this side of the chart has its matching pair on this side of the chart. So what do you mean by matching pair or twin, Miss Alicia? Let me explain. 2 times 9 gives us 18, which then means 9 times 2 give us 18. So to see it clearly, we have 2, we have 2 times 9, which gives us 18. And then we have 9 times 2, which gives us, sometimes students make mistakes, which gives us 18. Okay, so we have 2 times 9, it gives us 18. 9 times 2, it gives 18. That is the factor pair, okay? So when you see in 4th grade, they ask you for a factor pair, that's the factor pair for 2 times 9 and 9 times 2. They both give you the same 18. That is their twin. So another factor pair would be 6 times 9. That gives us 54. And then 9 times 6. That gives us 54. So every number or multiple on the left side of the chart has its twin or multiple on the right side of the chart. They have factor pairs. So that can also help you learn your times tables even quicker. Now, knowing your times tables helps you when it comes to actually doing multiplication. So there are different multiplication strategies to help you learn how to multiply. There's one strategy called lattice multiplication. There's another strategy called distributive method. Another called partial products. Another called area model. Standard algorithm long multiplication. Box method or grid method. So these are the 6 different ways that you can be taught multiplication as you go into 4th grade. The most popular ways as of now that I've seen have been the area model, box method or grid method, and then the way that I was taught was through the long multiplication or the standard algorithm. Sometimes tutors can't say the words right. Algorithm long multiplication method. So let's go through how to teach you standard algorithm and the box method or grid method. But one more thing, learning multiplication will help you learn your division, because if you see here, multiplication is the first step in doing division. So you need to learn how to multiply properly so that you're able to divide properly, because multiplication is opposite of division and division is the opposite of multiplication. So let's get started. We're going to do right now, I'm going to teach you how to do the box method. Let's go through this one example. So with the box method for 28 times 47, you see how they break up the 28 into tens and into ones. Because we have to remember, this is the tens place value, and back here is the ones place value. So you break it up into 2 boxes for the 28, and you break it up into 2 boxes for the 47. You put the 28 in columns, you put the 47 into rows, and you break it up into the tens and into the ones. So there are 2 tens, which is 20 or 28, and then there are 8 ones of 8. And then there are 4 tens, which is 40 for the 47. And there are 7 ones, which is the 7 here. And then you multiply, because it's easier to multiply by tens than it is sometimes to multiply it in the standard algorithm way. So when you're multiplying by tens, you multiply like normal, and knowing your times table facts help you out. So we have 2 times 4. That gives us 8. Then you add how many zeros that you see. So there's 1 0 here, 1 0 here. That's why it's 800, because you add the 2 zeros to it. Then you do 20 times 7. 2 times 7, because you just learned your times tables, gives us 14. And then you add a 0, so 140. Okay? Then you now go to this column with the 8. You ask yourself the question. 8 times 4 gives you what? 32. And how many zeros do we see? 1 0, 320. Then knowing your times tables, know that 8 times 7 gives us 56. All right, so we have every box filled or grid filled. So what you do is that you add all of the numbers in the grid together. So we have 800 plus 320, which is 1,120. And then you have 140 and 56, which is 196. You add that together, 1120 plus 196 gives us 1,316. Or the way I've taught my kids is you just put the numbers in decreasing order, line them up, add them together, and you get 1,316. Or you do it like this, where you line them up and you just add them in groups of 2 to make your life easier when it comes to the adding. So instead of trying to rush all the numbers and put them all together at once, you just put them all together in groups of 2 to make your life easier. Okay? All right, so that's the box method or grid method. That's what a lot of schools teach students in the 4th grade on how to do times table, on how to do multiplication, sorry. Now, the way that a lot of people my age and even your parents were taught was called the standard algorithm or long multiplication, where you put the numbers like this and you just use your times tables off memory. So you have to multiply the ones first. So you multiply this bottom one first. So you ask yourself, how many 7s can you multiply to get to 8? And you get an answer of 56. So the ones digit, the 6, goes down here, and we add the 5 up here. Then you ask yourself, how many times 2 and 7 give you? 14, correct? And you add 5 to that, and that's where you get the 19. So now we finished with the ones. So we now have to go to the 10s. So you fill in this gap here, you put a 0, and then you focus on now the tens place value. So you ask yourself the question, how many times 8 and 4 what does that give you? You get 32. So we bring the 2 here, we carry the 3 up here. You ask yourself the question, 4 times 2 gives us 8. 8 plus 3 gives us 11. And you add the numbers together, and you get the same number you get here when you did the box method or grid multiplication. Okay? Area model, the third one on top, is similar to the grid model, except you make boxes and you make the shapes, because 800 is bigger than 320. So it has the bigger box of the area. And then you also know that 140 is going to be a little bit bigger than 56. So they get a longer part of the shape, but not as big as 800. So you can look at the area model, and it's very similar to the box method or grid multiplication. All right, so let's do some practice problems before we end this session. So, practice problems. We have 35 times 400. So, I always tell my kids that I tutor, math is the same 4 operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The techniques do not change when you see bigger numbers. Math is the same exact math, only the numbers get bigger and you see letters as you get older. But multiplication doesn't change, division doesn't change, adding doesn't change, subtraction doesn't change. The math skills and the techniques that you're learning now, when the numbers are this small, stay the same when the numbers get this big. So don't go crazy or don't think I don't know math because you see something like this. Now, the one thing I will say when you do see a multiplication problem like this is that you should rewrite the problem and always put the bigger number on top. It's just cleaner and easier to do it that way. Okay, so we're going to do the standard algorithm way first, and then we're going to go over the box method. Because in the example that we did, if you notice, it only had a 2-digit by a 2-digit number. But now we're about to do a 3-digit by a 2-digit number, and I kind of want to show you how that looks doing the box method. So we have 400 times 35. Doing the standard way, you multiply 5 and 0. So 5 times 0, anything times 0 gives us 0. Anything, and you go this way first, then you go across. So 5 times 0 again gives us 0. And then now knowing it's 5 times tables, 5 times 4 gives us 20. So we've done the ones. Now we move on to the tens. So we put a 0 here. And then you ask yourself, 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 4, 12. And then you add it together, 0, 0, 0. 2 plus 2, 4, 1. And don't forget your commas. 1, 2, 3. So 35 times 400, or 400 times 35, gives us 14,000. So like I said, I'm going to show you how to do this same problem using the box method. So you create a box. I'm going to make a nice box using Wyzant. I'm going to put it to the side. All right. So you split the box up to show how many digits are in the first number. So there are 3 digits in the first number because we have to multiply for the hundreds place, for the tens place, and for the ones place. So we have split up this box into 3 columns. So 1, oh no, that wasn't supposed to happen. So we have 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to move this one a little bit. And move this one a little bit. And then we have the 35. So there's 2 digits in the 35. So we now have to make our rows go across, and we just need to split this box again in half. Okay, so each part of the box gets a part of this problem. So we have 400. So we put the 4 here. We put the 4 here. We put the 0 here. We put the 0 here. And we're multiplying each digit by the digits of 35. So we put the 3 here and we put the 5 here. Okay? So this is 400, because I forgot. We're doing place values. So 400, 0, 0, and then this is 30, and then this is 5. Sometimes tutors forget. So 400 times 30, you say 4 times 3, that gives you 12. And there's 3 zeros, so you add the zeros. And again, anything times 0 gives us 0. So this is easy. 0 times 30, 0. 0 times 30, 0. To make it quicker, we're just going to add the zeros here. So now we're here. 4 times 5 gives us 20. And there's 2 zeros, so we add the zeros. So now we're done the problem. So we just have to add everything together. 12,000 plus 2,000 gives us 14,000. Okay, let's do one more example. I'm going to do both methods again so you guys have an understanding one more time. Let's do this one, 46 times 73. So 46 times 73. Actually, I'm going to keep this here so you guys can have this. 46 times 73. So we're going to do it the standard algorithm way. So 6 times 3 gives us 8. Carry the 1. 3 times 4, 12, plus 1, 13. We're now working on the tens, so we put a 0 here. 7 times 6, 42. Carry the 4, 28 plus 4, 29, 30, 31, 32. Let's add it together. 8 plus 0. This is now 0, so I'm going to fix it. 8 plus 0, 8. 3 plus 2, 5. 1 plus 2, 3. And the 3, 3,358. So let's see how I did by using the box method. Okay, so using the box method, let's make a quick box over here. I'm going to draw the box. Let's just draw a quick box. So it's drawing this box. You have to draw your own boxes anyway. So we have 46. So there's 4 tens, which gives us the 40. 6 ones, which gives us the 6. Then we have the 73. There's 7 tens, which gives us the 70. And then there's 3 ones, which gives us the 3. And we're multiplying. 4 times 7 gives us 28. And there are 2 zeros. 4 times 3 gives us the 12. And then there's the 1 0. 6 times 7 gives us the 42. And then there's the 1 0. I'm going to fix that too. Fix that too. And then we have 6 times 3, which gives us 18. We add up all the numbers together. So we have 2, 8, 0, 0. The next highest number is 4, 2, 0. The next number is 1, 2, 0. And then the next number is 18. So we add this all up together. 0 plus 0 plus 0 gives us 8. 2 plus 2 plus 1 gives us 5. 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 1 gives us 3. Carry the 1 gives us 3. So 3,358. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed learning how to multiply, learning how to get your facts memorized, and also 2 different strategies to help you learn how to multiply in 4th grade.